What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're here to bring you guys more GARP challenge content. We have HODY Jones once again, and we're just continuing on with this series, and yesterday we uploaded the quick team, so now we can go ahead and have a look at the PSY variation. So this is probably the easiest of these variations, of course, because on the final stage against HODY Jones, he's an int character, and you know, we've seen in previous GARP challenges, the boss will typically cater for whatever captain your color is. So if you're bringing a strength captain, he'll change into a dex unit to give you type advantage. That is not the case this time around. This time around, HODY Jones is always going to be an int boss. So PSY will get an inherent advantage because of that. Also, because they are PSY units, they don't have any disadvantage against any of these mini bosses along the way. So, you know, PSY in terms of just type advantage is the easiest team to get through. And I mean, when you have a PSY team which goes ahead and uses Goldie Roger as the captain, further just confirming the fact that they're not really going to have too many issues with this boss fight. So of course we are using our man Goldie Roger. We are also using Shanks crew to proc that super type. We have Raid Zora attached to them to give us additional color affinity on the final boss fight. Not required though, that you do not need that unit on the team. It just means that the final boss stage is like a tiny bit easier. We've also got Kobe Meppo, which are a great unit to get rid of damage threshold, which happens halfway through the fight. And not only do they remove that, they give our PSY characters a 1.75 times attack boost, which is really nice to have. We've also got Hold'em as well. Hold'em is a bit of an interesting one. You could pretty much replace him with whatever you want, but he definitely makes the stage 3 with those really annoying slot barriers against Hammond a lot easier to deal with, as you guys will see throughout this fight. And once again, V2 Shirahoshi and Manshiri makes their appearance because this unit is great. Like the combination of Shirahoshi, Manshiri, and Shanks crew, both of those characters can work very well on the mono side team or the mono quick team for these GARP challenges, specifically against HODY Jones here. I said in my previous video as well, I do think Shirahoshi Manshiri V2 is probably one of my favorite legends released in 2021. Such a powerful special ability for not only offensive abilities, for chain boosting and matching slots, but also great utility and healing, which can overheal, of course. And one other MVP for this team is the ship, the Liberal Hind. Now, not a lot of people recognize ship specials and their usability in content, but in this particular circumstance, the Liberal Hind is probably one of the key reasons as to why this particular team with these particular units in this fashion are able to clear the content, because this ship actually does have a really powerful special ability that states it reduces the cooldowns of all of your side characters by 1 on a 10-turn cooldown. So on the final stage against HODY Jones, where he inflicts special reverse to us on top of the fear resistance, we need fear resistance to get around it, but we don't need fear resistance at all because we use the ship special to rewind our character's cooldowns, and we can just burst from there. And we don't even need to remove the enemy's defense, as you guys will see in this content how crazy and powerful this particular team is. But enough of that, let's go ahead now and get into the content versus HODY Jones GARP challenge with our side team. So it goes without saying that this is by far the easiest team to take on the HODY Jones GARP challenge out of all the teams that you guys will be seeing on my channel over the next couple of days or so. But the thing about the Roger team that makes it so easy is just because they have the type advantage for the final stage. And you have so many easy ways to get around the debuffs on the final stage. So as long as you have just the ability to get to that final room, the rest of it is pretty easy, right? Because on the final stage, of course, you have to deal with the special reverse, which is a big problem. But of course, the Liberal Hind just straight up counters the special reverse just in its entirety, which is great. Just having a ship that can get around that debuff is wicked. And then another thing you have to deal with on that final stage is the increased defense, that blue shield that HODY Jones also has. And the thing about this team is you do so much damage, you just can attack through it. It's pretty absurd, right? So just being able to have type advantage, getting around the reverse and the defense just with everything inherently means that this team just absolutely dominates it and does not have any issues at all. And another stage that is typically annoying and can take some time to get through is this stage, stage 3 here against Hammond. Now we can use Hold'em to remove the barrier off of Hammond, and then we can use Roger's special ability to kill the mobs and getting a 3 times attack boost, and we have a chain lock here. That's going to give us enough damage to just outright kill Hammond very, very quickly. So just a really, really effective way of getting through each of these stages very quickly. Of course, we're poisoned here on the Hyozo stage with Vanderdecken, and we can deal with the poison a little bit later on when we can use the Shirahoshi and Manshiri special to get rid of that burn, and also the poison in one fell swoop, as well as giving us matching slots. Well, I think at the time we launched their special ability, we have the slot barriers on our characters, so we don't get matching slots that way, but getting the heal and the utility and the chain boost from it is a huge thing. And then obviously Shank's crew is a phenomenal character on our team, giving us chain lock, consistent attack boost every single turn, giving half of our team matching slots every single turn as well. Like, dude, there's so much going on with this team, and it just absolutely decimates it. So this is by far and away the easiest color to take down the HODY Jones GARP challenge. I honestly kind of wished that HODY Jones was able to change his color a little bit more so he could run more speed teams, but the fact that HODY Jones does not change into the color that is super effective for your captain does mean that a lot of the other colors will struggle a little bit more, whereas, you know, the side team is just going to absolutely destroy it. But either way, still really fun to go ahead and take it on with Roger once again. Still my favorite legend in the game, and still in my opinion is the #1 legend in One Piece Treasure Cruise. I don't know when his spot will be taken over, but honestly, I still believe he's #1. People may disagree with me there, but dude, he just does everything so easily. But anyways, I'm going to leave you guys with the rest of this video. Not really much else to talk about. I've already talked about how this team wins it. It's super easy. I'll leave you guys with the rest of this clip here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. And if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.
君たちに怪我させるわけにいかん。